We are live, we are direct with the Leaders Who Scale podcast with the founder and CEO of the People Architectural Group. She is empowering businesses with HR strategies for retention and for growth. We're speaking about agile EQ. We're speaking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're talking about team leadership, team build up, and productive conflicts. Straight out of the windy city, Chicago. Welcome, Sarah Mitial.
Thank you for
Amazing.
me.
Amazing. Loving the energy, loving the work you are doing. And, I'm so excited to be connected with you.
Me too. Happy to be here today with you and your audience.
No, amazing. Tell me, let's start with this. EQ. Why
Mhm.
is EQ more important than IQ when it comes to leadership and effect and change? We've got to go straight in there. EQ.
Absolutely. A lot of time we think what we are doing is all about others, right? We focusing externally. And as leader, your emotional intelligence is so important for you to be able to assess the room, for you to be able to lead others. If you're not healthy, there's no way you can project healthiness. So I think it is very important for us to look internally. I always tell leaders before you go out the outside, take a mirror and look at yourself. And if you
Wow.
can look at yourself and you are okay with what you see, this is what others going to see. And sometimes we are the worst critic of ourselves. And so when you
Mhm.
put that mirror, um, checking yourself, checking how you are, how you see the world, you are able to create healthy environment where people can grow and retain.
Amazing. I love that answer. Tell me, who do you love serving the most? I know someone like you, Sarah, you can serve them all, like companies with 5 people, companies with 500 people. What's
Mhm.
your sweet spot? Like you tell me, Jay, look, they are startup or they've been in the game 10 years or 100 employees, tech, manufacturing. Let me know who you love to serve.
Look, you said it right, where I can serve anyone, but I want to serve leaders who are ready. It doesn't matter the size of the organization, but they need to be ready to make a difference. Because when you go to organization, it could be, I've gone to organization where there are two people and the leader is resistant to change. They want to change, but they're not ready. I've been in organization where there's 1,000 employees and the leader is not ready to go. And I've been in an organization where it's just 10 people and the leaders want to make a difference. And then that's when you go. Because if the leader is not ready, you're going to be resisting. And nothing that I can bring will make an impact because it's not going to get to the people that needs to be the whatever the strategy, the
Amazing.
plan
Thank you.
being
Well,
make a change. So,
well
so you
stated
want
there.
leaders you want people who want to make a difference, not just talking about checking the box, but to really want to transform their organization. So size does not matter, but they are ready to do the work. Because when they are ready to do the work, they're going to give me access. When access to themselves, they're going to give me access to their employees. And they are going to be able to take what you do, not just put it, say, I've checked it off, but it's going to be transforming the organization and it's going to reach the people that it needs to reach. I'm going to have access to the employees. The employees is who I need to work with. Once I know what the leader wants to get to achieve, then I'm going to go to the employees to make sure that the employees are also ready to receive what needs to be received.
Amazing. A couple of questions there. First question. What makes leaders resistant to change? Like, is it ego? Is it fear of being dynamic? Like, from what you've seen, like, what makes a leader say, "Mm, yeah,
Well, every situation is different. It's like
Of
what
course.
makes you want, what in a situation, what would make you resistant? When you feel threatened, when you feel like this is going to change the trajectory for me. And that's when the EQ comes into question too, because is it all about me, or is it I'm trying to do something greater than who I am? The uncomfortability, if I'm uncomfortable and I'm worried about me, then I'm not ready to make change. And that resistance is going to be there because my position is being is shaky, it's shaky. It may not be good for me, the change. It may be good for the organization, but sometimes we want to make changes that we are not the one. Let us know that our season is over at that organization because we are not the leader who can take the organization to the next level. And if I'm not ready for that, then I'm going to resist. I could be resisting because my leader is having pressure on me, and that pressure, my leader is not ready to change. So it could be a ripple effect. There could be multiple things. The employees, or I don't have the funds to do what I know I don't have the budget to do what I need to do to achieve the result that I need to get. So that is a big question, and it's not a simple answer. You have to study the environment that you're coming in to be able to understand what is the resistance. Where is it coming from? Is it me as a leader? Is it financial? Is it the organization? Is it the infrastructure? So you have to do a little bit deeper search to understand where the resistance is coming from. And that's part of what my job could be, to figure out where is it coming from. And some leaders, they could be the resistant, or they could be part of the reason why the change is not happening, but they don't see it. And so that's when I have to come in and said, where's that mirror? Let's put it up.
Wow. Your clients are so lucky to have you, Sarah.
Oh, thank you. I'm lucky to have them.
I think you break it down very simply in, like, what did Einstein say? Einstein said, if a 6-year-old doesn't understand it, then it means you don't know it.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Tell me what a typical day looks like for you, because, it's early morning for you
Mhm,
where you are right now. Yeah, tell
mhm.
me. Okay, let's go with today. So, yeah, we get a live preview of what you do. What does today look like for you?
So today looked like about 4:30 I was up. I got up, I did my morning, get Sarah ready for about half hour of just spending my quiet time. And then I did about 45 minutes of responding to people that I talked to yesterday that I didn't get a chance to say, do what I needed to do, wrap up that and kind of plan. And I had to get ready for you. But my day will be, once I get off here, I need to get my people out of the door. And then I by 9 o'clock I'll be at work. I'll be at work and focusing on clients, I have some networking to do, and it's just a packed day. Every day is different because some days that I am at a client site. And so if I'm at the client site, it's whatever they need, and some day it's all day networking, and some days it's just a mixture of everything that I do.
Okay. Is your business mostly in Chicago, or do you do some stuff in California, New York, Miami?
We are everywhere in the U.S. I have not touched California. California is its own country when it
Yes,
comes to HR.
correct, correct.
So I only have one client in California, but other than that, it's throughout the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you most like serving with? I know you do sales training, like human resources, DEI, employee engagement, but if you were to pick two things that you offer your organizations that create the biggest impact? What are those two things, and why do they create the biggest impact?
You know, r- everything I do is a, it's not just one thing, it's a combination of things that we do. I think one of the things that I love to do is going into the organization and do signature um, my signature assessment, where we go in there and really understand why the organization is not growing, or what's going on with the organization. I think this is very important because that kind of like an assessment helps an organization understand, one, where they are, and two, how they can grow. Everything we do from recruiting to training, all of them is great. But if you don't understand where you are, and if you don't understand what's the process, you don't understand how you can grow, there could be an issue. My assessment is called an MRI. And when I do the MRI, I kind of like, I make sure that I understand. I go to, I always tell my client that I diagnose before I prescribe a medicine. And so
Amazing.
my MRI is really focusing on identifying, understanding what's the process, who the people are. And then once I know that I can go ahead and start talking about measurement. We
Hmm.
review everything and then we implement. So you don't want to just implement anything without truly understanding the organization you are in. So whether I am doing recruiting or training, I want to understand the culture. This is where customization comes through. I cannot customize anything if I don't know what I'm walking into. And so we always start our work with an assessment. And I think that's very big. Because when I recruit, sometimes people will say, Sarah, I hired somebody and all of a sudden they left. There's no engagement. And I'm like, why is there no engagement? It's because you hire somebody because of a problem you had today, but you didn't think about 6 months, what happened. You didn't think about a year, what happened. And that employee help you solve that main problem, and then they leave. But if I did an assessment to understand the organization, I could have helped you hire the right person that would help you solve the problem
Oh
and
wow.
continue to grow with the organization. Did I answer
Okay.
your
No,
question?
no, you did. You did. I liked what you said about um, first of all, getting the understanding of the organization.
Hmm.
What did you say? Diagnose before you prescribe? Is that what you said?
Exactly, exactly. So if,
Yeah.
yeah, especially with
It's
training
powerful
too.
because
I say,
mm,
especially with training too. I
yeah.
have a lot of training, but I can do a training for your organization and I can do it for another organization. And it's the same training, but the emphasis is different because I'm focusing on your organization, right? What your pain point is, not what just trying to check off a checkbox.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Hmm.
What trends are you seeing affect the industry that you're in? Is it AI? Is it the fact that we need to lean more into emotional intelligence? Is it that we have to cater with the different generations in an organization might have four different generations? So we have to be able to engage all of them. What is it that you're seeing, Sarah?
Well, AI is coming and it's coming strong. So I think any organization that's going to be an existent in the next couple years to five, you need to embrace AI.
Hmm.
You need to understand how it works for you. Don't be afraid of it, but be able to embrace it and understand it to the best of your ability. I think the work from home, the hybrid workforce is not going to go away. So figure out
Hmm.
how you can communicate with your employees, work with employees, and don't try to bring any organization that I worked with that I know that tried to bring everybody in house and kind of say, I'm not doing the hybrid thing. they are in trouble because the workforce is totally different. People don't want to be in the office. We have proven that we can be effective, we can get the work done, and we don't need to be in the office 8 hours, 9 hours a day to be able to do the work we need to do. And so, what organizations need to do is understand how they can connect with employees, because they're not going to come in the break room. They are not in the break room. They are in their living room working. They are in their home office working. So figure out how you can connect with your employees and understand them and support them when they are working from home, instead of just trying to bring people at home. But AI, from a trend perspective, oh my goodness, AI is it right now. And you mentioned emotional intelligence. That's not gonna go away. We always need to understand ourselves. We always need to know how to communicate more effectively. If you don't know yourself as a leader, you are not an effective leader.
Oh wow. Unpack that. Unpack that further for us. Yeah.
I, you know, you need to know who you are.
Mm.
You need to understand how you work, how you show up. And if I cannot, I need to communicate effectively. I need to know who I am, whether I'm
Hmm.
someone that is, if personally, I call myself an recovered introvert. So because I'm a recovered introvert, I know that going to a room, it's going to take me time for me to say, I'm going to be in this call and I need to show up. What do I need to do to show up at my best self? Well,
Hmm.
if I just roll out of bed and come here, definitely I would be shut down. I need to pump myself up. I need to do what I need to do to show up. I am someone who needs data. So
Wow.
as a leader, well, that's who I am. I need to know the why behind things. So if you are a leader that's way, then you need to be able to communicate that to your own people. And you need to identify what kind of people that works for you as well.
Wow.
So know yourself and be able to read the room, and then you'll be able to be a more effective leader.
Wow. Socrates, right? Socrates, know yourself,
Know yourself. And if you know
which I think
yourself,
is the fundamental backbone behind what emotional intelligence is. Know yourself and also empathize with others, like look into others, which I'm often in rooms where I'm seeing lots of technical companies, startups, AI consultants. They know the automations and they know the AI, but they don't know the people side, which is where they struggle in that
yeah.
regard. And
Yeah. Have you ever been to a room where they are barking things to, have you ever seen a leader just
yes,
barking stuff to their
yep,
employee?
yep,
And
yep.
the employee could shrink because they cannot receive that communication that way. Not because they can't do the work, but it's uncomfortable for them getting barked at.
No,
Okay. Or you ask them to do something. But if a leader understands, Sarah is someone that she can do her best work. But when I cannot just tell her, do this, do this, do this, but I need to give her some background information and help her understand the big picture, then you can get what you need out of me. You can get the best out, but that doesn't mean you changing yourself as a leader, but it's just saying that you are speaking in the language that I can understand you, you know?
no, perfect. That makes perfect sense. What's the big goal over the next year? Like, what would you like to achieve in your business over the next year?
Well, we have this past year, we did our first HR conference, and it's called Let It Bloom. We called it Let Us Bloom this year, and April was the first conference where we brought HR leaders and business leaders together
Hmm.
to give them strategies and resources to be able to build their culture. Uh,
Lovely.
this was such a great time. We had such a great time at the conference that we are making this our signature event.
Oh
So
wow.
going for in 2026, in May 16, 2026, we are doing the conference again. And this time we are calling it Let It Bloom with Intention.
Oh
And so
wow.
what we can bloom. If you go and plant a flower, you plant whatever flower, it can bloom. But when you plant specific flowers, the specific flower would grow. And the same thing with learning. If we are intentional about what we want to learn, we will maximize what we do. I have something that's in my office that says your potential is beyond what you can see, and you have
Hmm.
more value than what you've been told. If I don't know that I have potential, then somebody else is going to tell me that I don't have potential.
Wow.
If I let people tell me what my value is, so if you are in LinkedIn and any other professional site, you hear stories of how people felt like they were with a bad boss. They talk about them, they give them bad advice, they push them down, trying to stop their growth. And I was like, you know what? No matter what people do, they cannot take that value of who you are out of you. So you need to know yourself and go into those
Mm.
conferences like my Let It Bloom. It kind of help you elevate who you are, help you understand that you have value and you have potential. So the conference is one big thing that they can do. We want to continue to grow and have small and mid-sized businesses with their services to help them retain employees. So if and people who needs help with recruiting, training, give us a call. We would love to be able to assess your organization and see how we can support you to reach your main goal.
No, I think it's. I like the way you're innovating, you're creating experiences, you're innovating, and it's refreshing to see.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you know, every day you have to think about how can I make it better? How can I
100%.
help myself and how can I help my clients? And because I'm pushing myself to be the best self that I can be, I
Oh,
am
this is it.
pushing my client to do the
Oh,
same.
this is it. This is it. Because just behind you, there's a cassette player there, and people don't use that anymore in that regard. And it's just like, in terms of how we interact
Mm-hmm.
online, direct pitches do not work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Content alone does not work anymore because people are thinking, hey, look, is this content even real?
Yep.
Hey, is this video even real that I'm watching? Like, there's a lot more trust and truth that needs to be built up in this day and
Mm-hmm.
age
Mm-hmm.
for people to really respond, to you in that regard. So, yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that makes complete sense. Tell
Yeah.
me, in terms of you growing, expanding your team, growing your business, what do you like to do marketing wise? Like what works? Is it referrals? Are you LinkedIn? Like what's really working for you?
Yeah, we definitely LinkedIn. We are pushing on LinkedIn, trying to connect with people on LinkedIn. But what really works for us is the referral. If we've done business with you, if we know you, we want the by mouth. We want people to refer us. We want people to let reach out to us and hear the work we have been doing. And so, absolutely, LinkedIn is a place where we connect, but it's so much more. Those we serve are the best marketing we have.
Oh, wow, perfect. That
Yeah.
makes complete sense. And what metric are you most measuring over the next year? Is it revenue? Is it retained client? Like what one metric are you trying to optimize over the next year?
Well, definitely revenue you want there, but definitely retaining clients is something. Actually, this is the one thing that we are focusing on is client satisfaction. So not just
Ooh,
I don't want to just
wonderful.
retain you, but I want to make sure that I'm helping you move the achieving your goal. So we've been doing actually right now we are reaching out to our clients, understanding especially the ones that that are within that first year, asking them, how has it been going? Are we meeting your needs? From when you came with us, this is what you said you wanted to do A, B, C, and D. How is it going? And we don't do that just at the end of the year. We continue to do that throughout the year, because we feel like if I wait for a year, it's too late. You have to keep checking in. So retaining our client is definitely important to us.
No,
That's
perfect. And the CEO founder approaches you, she is saying that, look, employee engagement is down, morale is down. She's not sure what's going to happen.
Mhm.
What are the three things that you put in to a business to take it from surviving to thriving?
Mm. So if again, we have to take that mirror
Okay.
and put it in front of the leader, and we have to put it in front of the organization. If morale is down, I need to know what's going on, what happened,
Ooh,
what changed. If
love it.
engagement is low, what again, the story for you to solve the problem, I need to diagnose. Like I said,
Oh,
I
lovely.
cannot
Love that.
what works for your organization may not work for this. It could be something
Preach,
just it
preach
could be
that.
something very simple, and it could be
Amazing.
something deeper. So I cannot tell you three. The first thing, I'm gonna listen. Maybe that's the first. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go in there
listen.
and
Yeah,
listen.
listening.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen. And once I listen to the leader. I listen to the employee. I want access to the employee to understand the employee. Then I can start thinking about the low hanging fruit based on what I hear. And then we can come up with a strategy of how to solve your problem. Everything we do is customized,
Amazing.
not a cookie cutter.
Sarah, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, and who are you looking to serve specifically?
Well,
Like,
if
yeah.
you want getting in connection with me is through, you can reach out with me through LinkedIn. I am very
Okay.
active on LinkedIn. You can look me up, Sarah Mitial. And then you can LinkedIn is great. And what was the second part of the
Yeah,
question?
and who are you looking to serve
Well, my-
specifically? Is there someone that's I know that you can serve anybody, but is there a type of person that you're interested in connecting with?
if you are an HR leader or a business owner that needs somebody to stand behind you to help you stand taller to serve your organization, give me a call. If you're experiencing low engagement, if you experience low morale, you want to build that culture where the employee and the organization can thrive. I am the person you want to talk to. If I'm not the right person, I know somebody who can help you. So reach
Ooh,
out to me.
amazing. Sarah, it has been a pleasure from London to Chicago with love. Appreciating you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing.
I look forward to continuing to get to know you and connecting with you.
100%, 100%.